What is going on, guys, and welcome to the Yankees on Deck podcast. I'm your host, Matt Cunningham, and the Yankees beat the Oakland A's tonight 7-3. It was nice to see the offense finally pick it up a bit. Aaron Judge had a huge two-run home run in the bottom of the first. It started out where he was down in the count, had two strikes on him, and the pitcher for the A's, Joe Boyle, he threw a dotting fastball on the outer edge, and Aaron Judge took it. Umpire called it strike three, but hold on. He actually balked. Yes, that's right. Joe Boyle, when he was coming set, he really didn't get set. He was moving on the mound, moving his leg, and then he just started throwing the pitch. And it was a great pitch, fastball right on the edge, but it was a balk. Everybody knows when you're a pitcher, you're supposed to come set. And when you come set, that means you stop. You don't move before you deliver the pitch. And he didn't do that. Aaron Judge gets a huge break there. And what does he do the very next pitch? He deposits a ball, same pitch basically on the next pitch, except Aaron Judge turns on it, fastball on the outer edge of the plate, hits it into the short porch, two-run home run. Let's go. I mean, he was due, obviously, talking about the slump. And Aaron Judge, that was his first good at bat tonight. And there were more to come. His next at bat, he had a base hit to right field, past the first baseman. So he was 2 for 2 at that point. And then his third at bat, he ripped a ball to center field just right at the guy. But you love to see that. You love to see him finally squaring balls up and not missing them. He's a huge presence, obviously, in this lineup. And it was the first time all season that actually Aaron Judge and Juan Soto both went deep in the same game. I'm pretty sure. That maybe Toronto series. Actually, maybe Toronto series that happened once. But I'm pretty sure this is the first game they both went deep. So that was great to see. Really glad to see that. And, the A's, they had Joe Boyle on the mound. He came into this game ERA over 7, so not great. Not a great start to the season, obviously, but he throws hard. He's got some impressive stuff. His fastball velo is definitely up there, 97, 98, approaching 100. He's impressive. With that at least, his fastball, you could tell it gets quick on the hitters, but he was unable to really command a lot of the zone. I mean, he was wild. A lot of pitches just way up out of the zone that he was throwing. Yankees were making him work. I believe it was the third or fourth inning. He was already approaching like over 80 pitches. Yankees definitely made him work. He was only able to get 3 innings, gave up 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 walks, but 6 strikeouts and the lone home run to Aaron Judge. So, Yankees didn't crush him, but they really worked the count on this guy, and he was only able to make it 3 innings, and they had to pull him in the fourth. He was well over 80 pitches. Yankee batters were making him work. He walked 4 guys. Yes, did have 6 strikeouts, but really just couldn't find the plate consistently today, and that was the difference maker. As for the Yankees, Clark Schmidt got the ball, and he was mostly excellent. Went 5.1 innings pitched, 4 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. He only got burned on that 3-run home run in the 6th inning. They were second and third. A's got a couple hits off him to start the inning. And then Brett Rooker, their power hitting first baseman, hit him for a 3-run home run to left field. What are you going to do? I mean, look, it is an issue with Clark Schmidt. They pulled up the stat. Third time around for him in the order, hitters hit over 300 against him. For whatever reason it is, Clark Schmidt this year, he hasn't been able to make it past the 6th inning. I don't know why that is. But, look, it was a great start for the most part, until that 6th inning. But, it's something he's got to work on, obviously, because Clark Schmidt, the first 5 innings, he was electric. He was dotting his pitches. All his pitches seemed to be working. Fastball, slider, slurve. I mean, he was really attacking the zone, painting the corners. He looked, honestly, as good as he's ever looked those first 5 innings. And granted, yes, it's the Oakland A's, but his last several starts, he's been able to give us at least 5 quality innings, and then usually it's that 6th inning that he gets roughed up a bit, and has trouble getting outs, and then that's when they usually pull him. So, look, I mean, that's obviously something he's got to work on, but 95% of the start was positive. It was just that 3-run home run that really got to him. Did have 6 strikeouts, only 2 walks. That was nice to see. Really eliminating the 3 passes, obviously, against this Oakland A's team. That's just dreadful. They're not good, like we talked about, but they're not as bad as they were last year. I mean, the one positive with the A's is that they have a good bullpen. They have some guys in that bullpen that can chuck it. One of them being the young right-hander, Mason Miller. Tops out at 103. He literally looks like the righty version of Aroldis Chapman. And he shut us down, on Monday. So didn't want to see him tonight. So I was basically just telling myself, we got to keep this lead. We don't want to see him in the 9th inning. Just an electric closer for them. Amazing stuff. And yeah, I mean, the Yankees, they take care of business today. They win this game as they should have. And also the A's gave them a couple gifts too. A's had a couple errors in this game, one of them being from their shortstop, Nick Allen. And then another terrible error out in right field. So it was I want to get the inning correct. Anthony Volpe was at the plate. Oh, yeah, it was the bottom of the 4th. There's a runner on first, and Anthony Volpe had like a little league triple because he lasered a ball to right field, and there was no way this right fielder for the A's, Butler, was going to catch it. So Butler's running after the ball, and what they teach you in baseball is, on a ball that's hit incredibly hard, and in a close game that I don't know if I'm going to catch this, just let it fall and you play it, on the hop, and, that's usually what you do, right? Nope, Butler was running straight after it, knew he wasn't going to catch it, didn't even dive for it, and the ball just whizzes on past him all the way to the outfield. The runner on first, Austin Wells, he scores all the way from first, and that's just like a gift run, honestly. Anthony Volpe hit on the screws, but the outfielder made a little league mistake, and the Yankees capitalize. And at that point, it's 3-0, and then Rizzo comes up next. He hits a home run. It's been great to see Rizzo finally tap into his power a bit. Coming into this year, he was hitting, he was getting hits, but we didn't really see much power. That's his 2nd home run within the last, 2-3 games? I believe did he have a home run yesterday? Yeah, he had a home run the other day. So that's great to see. 2 home runs in 2 days. And then Juan Soto went deep late in the game to add an insurance run and make it 6-3. After the Yankees give up those 3 runs, it's 5-3. Juan Soto adds some insurance in the bottom of the 6th, hits it to almost left center. Outfielder jumps for it, can't make the catch, and his glove actually almost goes over the wall. It's pretty funny, but that was good to see. Obviously, his at-bats continue to be super impressive. He's at .319 batting average on the year right now, 1 for 3 tonight, worked a walk. Yeah, and Anthony Volpe had a better night at the plate. Look, 2 for 5, had that screaming hit to right field that is able to turn it into a triple because of the right fielder's huge mistake there. But look, 2 for 5, batting average now at .293, run driven in. This is what you want to see. That people are too quick to rush to say, get him out of the leadoff spot after he has one bad game. Do we not remember how this kid started the year? Just let him have his approach. Let him go up there and hit line to line. That's what he's supposed to do for this team. And get on base and steal bases. That's what he's mostly done to start this year. Sure, there's going to be some hiccups like there is from everybody, but he really showed out tonight, had a better night. Gleyber Torres was able to have a huge hit in one of the later innings to make it, I believe it was like the 7th or 8th inning, make it bases loaded. Yankees are able to drive in another run. Should have got more than that with no outs, bases loaded. But look, Torres, finally hit a ball hard, did something because first game was rough. 2 strikeouts, to start this game. He continues to be in that slump, but it was nice to see him get that hit at least. Hopefully he gets out of it soon. Alex Verdugo had a sac fly. That was good to see. Oswaldo Cabrera was 0 for 4. Really didn't hit the ball hard at all today. A lot of pop-ups, shallow center field, right field. Austin Wells had a huge hit. And it was in that bottom of the, I believe it was bottom of the 7th or bottom of the 8th. He had a huge hit. It was first and second, bottom of the 7th. Sorry, huge hit originally he had a bunt because he was 0 for 23. So then he was 1 for 24, and then he comes up lefty-lefty matchup, and that's always tough for a left-handed hitter, especially for a guy like Wells who's in such a huge slump. He ropes the ball to right field for a line drive, base hit, and for whatever freaking reason, Luis Rojas, the third base coach, waves Anthony Rizzo home. I don't know why he did that. Anthony Rizzo's 34 years old. He's incredibly slow. He can't run. Ball was hitting on the screws right to the right fielder. What do you think was going to happen? Just incredibly boneheaded, stupid mistake by the third base coach. Doesn't make any sense. And the A's get the guy at the plate. The A's get Rizzo at the plate, obviously, by a mile, too. It wasn't even close. Rizzo tried to slide under the tag, avoid it, but he couldn't. Obviously, he was out by a mile. And that ended the inning right there. So, yeah, just stupid decision-making by the third base coach. What are you doing, dude? Whatever, though. We win the game. Doesn't cost us. That was good to see from Wells, at least, because that's a tough matchup, facing the left-hander for the A's, Kyle Moore, who isn't good, but, lefty-lefty matchup, that always can give you fits as a left-handed hitter, especially if you're in a slump like Wells has been. So, yeah. And like we said, coming in this series, like these are must-win games, obviously. The A's are not good. I mean, like I said, looking at their lineup, they have several guys who are hitting below 200. I could count it out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys in this lineup. The number 1 hitter, the number 4 hitter, number 7 hitter, 8 and 9. Like, there's only one guy on this team that's doing well. It's hitting over 280. It's Tyler Nevin, which is Phil Nevin's kid. He was the old third base coach for the Yankees. He was terrible as well. But yeah, I mean, this is an A's lineup that isn't good. And Clark Schmidt, he pitched well tonight, and he took advantage of a weak A's lineup. The only really strength with his A's team is they got some arms. They got some starting pitchers that can pitch a bit, and they have a bullpen that has been super impressive. And like I said, is right behind the Yankees in terms of bullpen ERA. So, yeah, I mean, they're sitting at like 2.9 bullpen ERA. Yankees are at like a 2.8. So, yeah, I mean, they're not as bad as last year. Let me put it that way. But it's at least a team that you should still easily beat and score a lot of runs off of. And they finally did that tonight. Unlike yesterday, even though they won, it was a tight game the whole game. They won 4-3. Thankfully, Clay Holmes was nails at the end of the game. 1-2-3 inning. He hasn't given up a run yet this season. Imagine all the times I've shit on Clay Holmes this year, and now he's really started to lock it in. I mean, now he's coming out and he's starting to have some appearances where it's 1-2-3. Really no control issues or whatnot. Hasn't given up a run yet, so props to him, man. He's been a light down closer for us to start this year. Hope we can keep it up. And yeah, I mean, what more can you ask from him? And it was that yesterday was a tight game. Yankees the other day, they had plenty of opportunities to add more runs. They didn't. Even today, they came up with the bases loaded a couple times, didn't do anything, and then they came up another time and only manufactured 1 run in. But look, a lot of the bats hit a lot better today. You have, how many home runs today? You have Soto, Rizzo, Judge, 3 home runs tonight. That's pretty good, and they were able to put the ball in play some small ball bunting. Austin Wells with that nice bunt, driving runners in, playing small ball, hitting sacrifice flies. Verdugo had that. So yeah, I mean, they did it. They did it all tonight, like they should have. And yeah, I mean, The only thing that really annoyed me was, after that first inning, we got the 2 runs from the Judge home run. Boyle kind of settled in a little bit for an inning or two. And even though we were making him throw a lot of pitches, I was like, come on, we gotta keep the momentum on. We gotta keep attacking this guy. Granted, the Yankees were taking a lot of pitches and really made him work, and over 80 pitches, not even through 4 innings. I mean, that's really good, getting in that bullpen, that A's bullpen, really trying to tire them out. But yeah, I mean, that's the Yankees MO, right? They make these pitchers work. And Boyle too, especially a guy that has some good stuff. you know, and he was really able to throw some good pitches, especially that fastball down that fastball. And sure, he had the block that kind of saved Aaron Judge there, but he's a four-seamer guy, really can get up there, slider, curveball, sweeper. We saw those pitches show up tonight a bit, but again, it's really the command with him. Fastball velo average at 96.5, but whiff percentage up to 55 percentile. K percentage is up there as well. But he struggled with the walks tonight and throwing consistent strikes. He was erratic at times. So that really was the difference maker. Yankees were able to have some of that plate discipline. And then the other thing that just annoyed me, like I said, was the Luis Rojas end. I mean, I can understand why that guy, our third base coach, Rojas, was once the Mets manager. I mean, just boneheaded mistake, but because it's like you got to understand he was on second base. Like Rizzo, I mean, the guy can't run because he's old, and he's a first baseman. Why do you think he plays first base? But he's a big guy. He's old, can't run. Kind of like Stan too. Stan, he came around to score on an RBI hit when I was kind of nervous because I was like, geez, Stan can't run. I was like, they better not throw him out here. But he was able to come around and score. He probably put his foot on the gas a little bit more on that one. But yeah, and then after Schmidt, Luke Weaver came in. Luke Weaver has been fantastic. 2 2/3, 3 strikeouts, lowered to zero rate of 4.02 now. So he really only had that bad outing in Cleveland a couple weeks ago. Ever since then, he's really turned it around. He's been one of our lights out pitchers in the bullpen. And then Ian Hamilton comes in the ninth and has a rebound outing. He was great today. 1 inning pitch, no strikeouts. Pretty sure got 3 fly balls, but look, they weren't hit that hard, so you'll take it. Yankees didn't really have to use the bullpen too much today, which is nice. Clay Holmes didn't have to come in and pitch, so that's what you want. And tomorrow you got to win. Yankees tonight were 4 for 8 with runners in scoring position, not bad. We're able to put the ball in play when they needed to, obviously, from guys like Verdugo, Volpe. So that was good to see. The Athletics, on the other hand, they were 1 for 3 with runners in scoring position. Didn't have many opportunities tonight with runners in scoring position because, as I said, Clark Schmidt was pretty dominant. The only real opportunity was when their power hitting first baseman, Brent Rooker, hit that 3-run home run off Schmidt because Schmidt struggles to get past the 6th inning. But other than that, the A's didn't do anything. As kind of expected, honestly. I was so pissed after the first game because, good teams, you take care of business against the A's. Granted, I know the A's are not as bad as they were last year. They're not in last place. Like, I understand that. I understand Houston's worse right now, but it's the A's, all right? They're soon to be Las Vegas A's. And there was someone on the first base side of the Yankee dugout. They're holding up a green sell Oakland A sign. Check to John Fisher. But yeah, I mean, the Yankees win this game. It's a little bit more relaxing than the other day. And I think player of the game, you obviously got to give it to Judge. And then right behind him, Rizzo. I mean, those guys finally get going in this game. And we said it earlier. We're like, look, they got to start hitting against this Oakland team. This Oakland team's not good. Yes, they got a couple of decent arms, but overall, they're not good. Still one of the bottom of the barrel teams. And this is where you got to take advantage. Because I'm going to tell you what, after tomorrow, after the series finale tomorrow against Oakland at 7:00, the schedule gets a lot tougher. They got to go to Milwaukee starting Friday night for 3 games, and then they got to go to Baltimore for 3 games. So it gets tougher, guys. It gets a lot tougher. You got to take advantage of these points in the schedule where it lightens up. You really got to take advantage. You got to stop downplaying your opponent, and you got to go out there and you got to be the freaking New York Yankees and put up runs and continue to shut these guys down because they're not a good baseball team. These are wins you should chalk up easy. I understand it's baseball too. Anything happens. But, good teams, they take care of business of the bad teams. I mean, we've seen this time and time again where the Yankees, years where they were a good team, but they had trouble beating teams like the Orioles who were losing 100 games a year. And it's like, look, you got to take these easy wins. You got to take them because at the end of the day, look, I know it's early, I know it's April, but if you're 1, 2, 3 games from, clinching your division or getting a playoff spot, and you look back in the games and you're like, oh, should have won those games. Those were easy picking games. We should have won. It matters. It matters. So I hate the whole freaking thing. Oh, it's April. Oh, it's April. No, I understand it's April, but you're playing these teams who are not trying to go anywhere. The A's want to go to Vegas. They don't want to be good and then end up staying in Oakland. So you got to take advantage because these are freebie wins that you can take and and then once it gives you a little bit of a cushion, right? Because then the Yankees' schedule is going to get a lot harder. They're going to be playing some pretty darn good teams in the Orioles and the Brewers. Brewers are in first place. Orioles right on the Yankees, neck, right behind in second, half game out. I mean, these are good darn teams. The Yankees' schedule is going to get really tight again. So you got to take advantage. No more of this, no. Go out there, play hard, play aggressive, play loose. Hopefully Judge and, these other guys, Rizzo, can keep it up. Finally get them going. And look, you want to look at positives. One positive thing is the Yankees have the record they have, Now 17-8. And Judge didn't really start hitting till tonight. Like, sure, yeah, he had hits in other series, but he didn't really look like Aaron Judge for the most part until tonight. We saw him, get a couple of hits, first 2 at bats, 2 hits, that home run. So these are things to take to move forward. And the Yankees defense was finally good tonight, had a clean game, no hiccups, no errors, 11 hits. A's only had 4. I'll take it, man. The A's, the A's aren't as bad as last year, but like I said, they're still not a good team, and the Yankees' schedule has been tough to start this year. A's are now 9-15. Astros are 7-17. My goodness, but the A's 4th place team. I mean, I don't think anybody expected Houston to be this bad to start. So look, you got to take advantage. As simple as that. Yankees now sit at 16-8. Oh no, sorry. Now they're tied for first place with the Orioles. Look at that. So yeah, you can't mess around, guys. Can't mess around. This division is going to be a dogfight between us, the Orioles, Red Sox, Blue Jays. Rays look horrible right now. But look, all these teams are at least at 500 or above. So take that what you will. That's all I'm going to say. Giancarlo Stanton had a couple of strikeouts tonight. They were really kind of exposing him a bit with that outside slider. He's got to stop resorting back to that. Got to lay off that pitch because it's coming. Pitchers are gonna do that. So let's look at the current bullpen rankings. Oakland A's. Yankees are now at 2.95 for their bullpen. A's have slided back a bit. Now at 4.15. That's because after tonight. But coming into this series, they were right behind the Yankees in terms of one of the top 10 bullpens in baseball. Obviously these stats change in a dime. The Red Sox are at number one, 2.49. Wow, that's impressive. Nobody expected that. But look, now you look forward to tomorrow, and the Yankees. This is a must-win game. Obviously, you got to take 3 or 4. Should have swept, honestly. Now we look to tomorrow. Probable pitchers. Yankees face Alex Wood. Ooh, a lefty, but he sucks. He's 0-2, 7.89 ERA. Yankees have trouble hitting lefties, but this lefty isn't particularly good. So hopefully they can actually do something. Nestor Cortez, he gets the ball. He was great his last start against Tampa. 7 shutout innings, 9 strikeouts. He'll be facing a terrible Oakland A's lineup. So look for him to continue his hot start as of late on the mound. So, yeah, ERA sits at 3.41. And look, considering Garrett Cole is out, let me pull up something for you. Yankees are in top 3 in ERA. For now, they're at number 2 for pitching ERA. So that's compiling the starting pitchers. I think maybe the bullpen too, but a lot of the starting pitching, it's compiled. I think I saw the stat on Yes. They said among all the starting pitchers out of our 5 guys, the average ERA is like around 3.15. And overall, it's at 2.95. You want to know who's in first? The Red Sox, 2.49 ERA. We're at 2.95. So we're at 2.95 in second in team ERA for our starting staff, and the Red Sox are at 2.49 in first. Considering Garrett Cole's out, guys, that is really freaking darn good. And look, I know we played the Oakland A's and this and that. They suck, yes. But this schedule, for the most part, has been pretty tough. We've faced the Blue Jays, who are no slouch over team, the Rays, the Diamondbacks, the defending NL champs, Houston, who we thought was really good to start coming near. Granted, it's still early. They could turn it around. But that lineup is no joke, So we've played some pretty good teams. Cleveland's a first-place team right now. They're pretty stinking good. They lost tonight to Boston, but they're pretty good. For that AL Central, they're 17-7. A better record than us right now. So take it that way you will, guys. Garrett Cole is on the IL. He's not going to be back till probably the All-Star break at the very least. And this team is in the top 3 in starting pitching ERA, team ERA as a whole. I mean, couldn't ask for more. I don't know if they're going to keep it up, because, again, Nestor, some injury concerns the last few years. We know what Clark Schmidt could be, but again, having trouble getting through the 6th inning. Hopefully we can clean that up. Carlos Rodon, he's looked better of late. His last start was great, his first start. But again, it's Oakland, So there's still some question marks. But considering the starting pitching has started to hold down the fort a bit more, and Garrett Cole's still out, I mean, this is fantastic. I don't think it's going to keep up the part of this. But if they can just keep it at bay, keep it somewhat consistent, and then Garrett Cole gets back, watch out. So no rush to you, Garrett Cole, but I don't think anybody expected this. And then obviously our bullpen is top 10 in baseball. Right now, number 2 in team ERA. So, yeah, I mean, we're 2.9 for the bullpen ERA, right behind Boston. They're at 2.4. So, look, and this bullpen's always top 10 in baseball, it seems like, almost every year for the last decade. I don't know how they didn't make the top 10 rankings this past year, and that's why a lot of people shit on the bullpen because, they had a bad day. Victor Gonzalez gave up the 2-run home run in the first game. Stop it. That game was on the offense. The offense did not show up. Carlos Rodon pitched his butt off, 6 quality innings, no earned runs, 6 strikeouts, and the bullpen for the most part was great. Hamilton came in, was great. Everybody was great, and then Victor Gonzalez got roughed up a bit, gave up the 2-run home run to go off. But he was great the day before. Come on, you can't expect this bullpen to be lights out, give up no runs on a daily basis. So the bullpen gives up a few runs, and everybody freaking, cries wolf, goes panic mode. Stop. This bullpen has been good consistently year in and year out. The only concern that I talk about constantly is our over-reliance on the bullpen, not wanting to over-rely on it because we have in past years, right? And then we get to the playoffs and the bullpen's gassed and we rely on it even more and it doesn't work because we need to rely more on starting pitching. And look, I know it's early, but you need that happy medium balance. You can't over-rely on starting pitching. You can't over-rely on bullpen. You want like that middle balance because you want your bullpen to have rest days too. You want guys like Garrett Cole that can pitch 7-8 innings and give the bullpen a day off. I know you have no guys pitching complete games anymore because that's not how baseball works. A lot of teams take their pitchers out not even after the 6th inning. But, that's the change in the landscape. But it puts more tax on the bullpen, even when you have a good bullpen. It's a 162-game season. It's a grind. So you got to factor all that into it. So I'm tired of people shitting on the bullpen when it's like top 10 in baseball every single year. You're going to expect the bullpen to go out there and be lights out every single game? No, you don't expect a hitter to be getting 3 hits every game, going 4-for-4. So why do you expect the bullpen to do that? It's perfection, and it's not attainable. But look, and that's why we were frustrated with Judge and all this and all that. Hopefully he's finally out of it. But it's just, people rightfully get concerned when your best hitter's in a slump. And hopefully this rights the ship. He looked great tonight. He looked like the old Aaron Judge. Wasn't chasing a lot. They threw him a lot of outside sliders. Wasn't whiffing at a lot of them. Hit the ball hard nearly every at bat. Even one of them, it was line drive right at the guy. So these are all positive things to build off of, even though you're facing the Oakland A's. Still positive things to build off of. Now Nestor will get the ball tomorrow. And look, I know right now this Yankees lineup, they haven't really even had a game where they've scored 9-10 runs and offensive explosion. They haven't had that yet. But the offense finally picked it up a bit tonight, getting 7 runs. And other than the Clark Schmidt 3-run home run, the pitching continues to be superb. And that's what you got to build off of. You got to come out tomorrow. Hopefully Nestor can keep up that amazing performance his last outing against Tampa, which was Saturday. I was at that game too, by the way. He was amazing. He looked like the Nestor of old, 2022. Now he'll get to face a bit of an easier lineup in the Oakland A's. Hopefully he can keep up this hot stretch, and the bats can support him because we got to win tomorrow. We got to win tomorrow. No ifs, ands, or buts. Take 3 or 4 from Oakland at a minimum. Should sweep, but look, I guess it's baseball. Anything can happen. But good teams like this, good teams like the New York Yankees, got to find a way to win, The game yesterday shouldn't have been as close, but look, a win's a win. I said it on Instagram, Yankees on Deck channel. Win's a win. Take what you can get. Clay Holmes looked great. Take the good with the bad. But, after Monday's fiasco of just being totally unacceptable, the lineup did not show up. And then you get to the A's bullpen. That's, pretty good bullpen in baseball. They got some guys in that bullpen that can throw amazing stuff, 100 miles an hour. Yankees couldn't touch them. But who would? The A's are the A's, but they're not the team of last year that lost over 100 games. I honestly, I don't know if the A's will lose 100 games this year. With that bullpen, with some young arms that can throw it a bit, I mean, they can maybe win 70 games, 65 games. I don't know. Do I think they're going to lose over 100 though? Probably not. Their lineup's atrocious. Made a lot of stupid mistakes in the field today, especially their right fielder. My goodness. I mean, that was a little league mistake, like I said, but they're no team where it's just top to bottom all bad. It's not like that. Still pretty bad, but Mason Miller, my goodness, with that fastball. Struck out the side, and it was the top of the order too in that first game. Volpe, Soto, Judge made him look like JV high schoolers playing ball up there. I mean, it was just unfair. Anyway, I mean, hopefully we don't have to see that guy tomorrow. And that's why I was nervous in this game. I was like, we got to keep the lead, because if we blow this lead, I mean, A's going to go to some of their better arms in that bullpen, and forget it. We're done. We're done. I mean, their bullpen's on par with what we got practically in terms of some arms we turn to, like Holmes, Hamilton, where we feel a lot more confident, because they're good pitchers. I know Hamilton gives us a scare with the control and whatnot, but when he's on, he's on. I mean, you can't touch him. He's a ground ball guy, sinker guy, hard sinker, really tough to hit. So that's what you got to keep in mind. And yeah, I think that'll wrap it up for us. I don't know if there's anything else to really talk about other than, clean game. Was a bit stressful, until the Yankees really broke it open. I mean, they had a 5-0 lead for a bit, after that fifth inning, and then up to that fifth inning, 5-0. Or not up to. They in the bottom of the fifth, they're able to make it 5-0. You're like, all right, can get a little comfortable. And the A's got right back in it with that 3-run home run from Rooker off Schmidt. So yeah, I mean, and that's when I got nervous. I was like, here we go again. Another close game. Close games against the A's. Can't do that, man. Can't do that. But we see how bad the A's lineup really is. I mean, other than Rooker, they didn't do anything. But they, Nevin, Noda, I mean, their leadoff hitters hitting 159. I mean, so, yeah. I mean, but they got some guys in that lineup, have a bit of pop. Langoliers, their catcher. He has 5 home runs, but batting average under 200 at 167. Rooker, another guy hitting under 200, but he's got some pop, already 5 home runs. So they got some guys in that lineup that can find the seats pretty easily, but a ton of swing and miss from all of them. And then you just have a bunch of guys in this lineup that have no power really and are just bad hitters all around. Like Toro, second baseman, Nick Allen, that guy's looks like an automatic out up there. I mean, hitting 180, light-handed shortstop, 25 years old, but my goodness, 11 hits and 61 at-bats. I mean, he's 25, but I don't know what else you really do. J.J. Bleday, the Vanderbilt product, he's 26 years old, 6'1", 205, lefty bat. That really hits for much power, has 1 home run, 235 average. He's, maybe could be something, maybe not. Other than that, I mean, they really don't have anything. Seth Brown, they got some lefties that could utilize that short porch, but they're just really not that good. So that's all there is to it. So, in the A's bullpen, I mean, they didn't really use any of their top relievers tonight. Kelly came in, he's got a 3.95 ERA, so he's so-so. Then they had Danny Jimenez come in. He's all right, 3.6 ERA. But he got roughed up a little bit. He did give up a run on the sack. Or no, Juan Soto home run. Yeah, I think it was Jimenez gave that up to Juan Soto. So, and then Moore came in, Kyle Moore, former Atlanta Brave. He's 26 years old, tall left-hander, 6'7". He's been decent to start the year, 2.6 ERA, but overall, in his career, he hasn't been good, and he wasn't good tonight. 2 innings pitched, 4 hits, an earned run. Should have been worse than that, honestly, because walked the bases loaded, and Yankees were only able to get the sacrifice fly. Should have got more damage there with 4 hits, getting the bases loaded. But look, we'll take it, 7-3. Yankees are able to pat in the lead a little bit, get the win. Let's win the series tomorrow, and then the Yankees will get a tough schedule with Milwaukee and Baltimore. So thanks, guys, for listening to the Yankees on Deck podcast, and I will see you guys soon, probably tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody.